Hey, welcome back to Turner Truck and Tractor. I'm Les Turner and it's been a while. I'm glad to see you. Welcome back. Hey, I was working on my Harbor Freight Predator 3500 inverter generator, and halfway through it, one of my best friends gave me a call and we were talking, and in the conversation I mentioned what I was doing, and he said, "Hey, are you filming this?" And I said, "You know what? No, I'm not. I just jumped on this job and didn't think anything about it." And he said, "Well, you are to film it." And I go, "Yeah, you're right. I'm a terrible YouTuber. So I'll admit that." So, Bud, if you're watching, this is for you, and thank you for the idea. All right, back to the generator. What I started doing on this project was, these are notorious for a couple of things. They're great generators. I would recommend it. I would buy it again in a heartbeat, but they tend to run a little bit rich, and some of them will surge when they're idling. And I've got a fix for both, and plus I did a couple of other things to the generator, and now this thing runs like a champ. For the jet, what you do is, there's a 10 millimeter bolt here. You will take the air filter housing off, the foam air filter and the air filter backing out, and then there's another 10 millimeter bolt just like this on the other side of that butterfly valve on the carburetor, and then there's a 10 millimeter bolt right here that you can see, and then this whole housing comes out. And that just gives you a little bit more room. And then what you will do next is, right here, there's a small screw. You can turn that about half a turn and it will drain this bowl through this tube right here. And you can put a little cup right here. There's not a whole lot in there, maybe half a cup at most. So you can drain that bowl. And then what you'll do is take a 10 millimeter right underneath this bowl right here where my finger is at, and you will unscrew it and gently remove this bowl. And watch for your O-ring gasket that fits right up there. Sometimes it will stick to the bowl, sometimes it will stick to the carburetor. Just be aware of it. Do not stretch it or cut it or tear it up. If half of it sticks to one side and half of it sticks to this, just be careful, because you will need that back. And if you deform it or cut it in half, you will be in a world of hurt. So once you take this bowl off, the jet is right in the middle, screwed up like this. One of the problems that you will encounter is a normal screwdriver will not work because it hits this, and the flare of this shank right here gets in the way. So what I found the best to do is, I used one of these bits. In fact, it was this one right here that you use in your drill, for example, and it was perfect. Of course, do not use your drill. It's 1/4 inch drive, so if you have a 1/4 inch combination wrench, or I used a socket and 1/4 inch drive, put that in there. And of course, counterclockwise, take it out. The little jet will come out, and then it also has a emulsifier tube right above it, and it will probably drop out as well. So just keep an eye on which side is up and which way it's oriented. You will take both out, put the emulsifier tube back up in there, and then take your new jet and insert it in there. And this one had a 77 in there whenever I took it out. I read online, a lot of people I saw said that they had a 76. I don't know why there's a difference, but mine had a 77 stamped in the bottom of it. I had to take a magnifying glass to see it, but it definitely had a 77. I went with the 72 that I bought online. If you're high in the mountains, probably a 70 or a 68 would be better for you. But at my altitude, which is about 1,400 feet, this 72 was just perfect. So you'll put the tube back in there, the jet that you desire in there. Just get it snug. You don't have to get super tight with it. And then put this bowl back on there, and then same thing, just snug. I wouldn't use a 3/8 inch drive socket on this, or if you do, choke up on the handle and just get it snug. And then you can put the cover back on in the same way that it came off. If you want, there is one other trick. If this thing is surging whenever it's idling, hopefully I can get it in there. There's a little black screw right there. Turn it about a quarter turn counterclockwise and see if that does not help. If not, turn it another quarter turn, but I would not go any more than that. If that does not do the trick, then it is the idle jet, which is right below that, which is right underneath that tube that runs from this valve cover to the air filter housing. So you take that out, and that idle jet just is a black little cone that drops in there. There's nothing else holding it, but that screw does run right above it. So you would need to remove that screw, take that idle jet out, and either wash it out with carburetor cleaner, spray it off, and there's a little bitty hole in the bottom of it, so you may need to take like a sewing needle and just make sure it is clean. This poor ethanol gas, if you use it, will turn to varnish and it will plug that up for sure. So speaking of that, if you have non-ethanol gas in your location, I would highly recommend it. I would treat it with a little bit of stable, and then I just put a little splash of Berryman's B12 in it. So that's my mix that I use. And in doing so, this thing idles like a champ and runs like a champ. I have not lost any power and I'm very pleased with it. If you have not seen my oil change video, please look at my other videos, and I've got another lame one out there for you to see. And if you really think it's lame, hit the thumbs down button twice and let me know. While I had the generator up here, I also changed the battery on it because the stock one lasted for about a year before it died. And then the other little trick that I did, this little star wheel is notorious for rattling. And you can pop the wheel off, just pull the little hubcap off, and it had a cotter pin. Take the wheel off and take this star wheel lock off, and I put a little rubber washer right there and then put it all back together, and it took the slack out of that. And whenever it idles and vibrates, you do not hear that wheel just making noise. So that is super quiet, which matches the rest of this generator. Like I said, I would buy it again. Super quiet, super powerful, and does the job. Hopefully this video helps you out. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. And again, it's been a while. I hope to make some more, and I will see you later. Take care. Hey, you're still here. I am glad. Hey, let's go ahead and get this started, and let's see if it runs. Turn it to start and hit the button. I'll see you next time on Turner Truck and Tractor. I appreciate you. Take care and God bless.